The chief warden stared at the cake. A strand of hair was mixed into it. He began comparing each chef carefully, determined to find the owner of the hair. This prison was very strict about food quality. They would prepare dishes based on the inmates' requests, delivering it directly to them with precision. As the platform slowly descended to the first level, the prisoners began to fight over the food. By the time the platform reached the 48th level, there was no decent food left on the table. Yet the old man didn't care at all. He grabbed the rice on his tray and shoved it into his mouth. Glenn lost his appetite just by watching, but with the old man's encouragement, he picked out a relatively clean apple from the trash pile, planning to eat it if he couldn't hold out any longer. When mealtime ended, Glenn suddenly felt a wave of heat. The old man said, "Unless you throw away that apple, the food only belongs to us when it reaches our level. If you hide food, the temperature in the room will rise continuously, until we are either burned alive or frozen to death." Glenn had no choice but to quickly toss the apple away. The temperature returned to normal. The next day the old man ate with his usual calm. While Glenn still couldn't stomach the leftovers, he had to force himself to endure hunger. On the third day the hunger completely broke his will. He trembled as he grabbed a piece of beans and put it into his mouth. Glenn had no choice but to accept the brutal reality. That day a woman descended on the platform. The old man said she comes down once every month, looking for her child, or so he heard. Glenn extended his hand wanting to show kindness, but she quickly pulled her hand back. Soon, the platform descended again. Before reaching the 49th level she was dragged away by two men. Glenn shouted from above wanting to go down and help, but looking at the 6-meter drop between the levels, he didn't have the courage to jump. Then a scream suddenly came from below. The woman returned to the platform unharmed. It was clear those two men had met their end at her hands. At that moment Glenn truly understood, the cruelty of this prison was beyond his imagination.